There are all kinds of information sources out there, from encyclopedias to articles to online message boards, and any kind of source can have a place in your college research project. But they don't all have the same place. After watching this video, you should be able to identify the best way to use the information from the different kinds of sources that you find. First, let's talk about background sources. Background sources get you familiar with the topic and give you a starting point. They can help you figure out topic ideas or exactly what it is you need to learn about the subject. You won't be citing these sources, and you may not even think of this part as real research. But these sources can provide you with great links or other references to more substantial sources, and they can help you learn the terminology of the subject so you know what to search for. Examples of background sources include encyclopedias, blog posts and personal websites, online message boards, and most magazine articles. If you think of your research project like baking a cake, your background research is like greasing the pan. It may not be visible in the final product, but it's important prep work that determines how good that final product will be. Your in-depth sources will be the heart of your research. These sources need to supply detail and depth. This is where you get your facts and data. These are the sources that you'll be citing in your bibliography. Use your evaluative skills to pick reliable, substantial sources. Examples of sources for in-depth information include scholarly articles, books, data sets and statistics from reliable organizations, substantive articles and websites written by experts in the subject, or primary sources like personal accounts of events or news reports. In our research cake, this information is the cake batter. It's the bulk of the final product. Illustrations are used to give concrete examples of concepts or claims, and they can also add human interest. Use them sparingly. In-depth sources should still form the bulk of your project. Examples of sources for illustrative accounts include stories from an interview or a news account, or from your background sources, in which case do include the background source in your bibliography. You can sometimes even include your personal experiences if it's okay in your discipline and your professor says you may, but be careful that you don't rely too much on your personal thoughts and experiences in a research paper. Your illustrative accounts should be like the frosting on your cake. They make the final product much more interesting, but they are still only a small part of it. And keep in mind that some cakes and research projects don't need frosting at all. Actually, no, real cakes should always have frosting, but you should only add anecdotes or examples to your research project if they add real value. Make sure you're not relying on them at the expense of your in-depth resources. So now you're probably hungry, but hopefully you also understand how to use the different kinds of information that you've found. If you have any specific questions about how to use a source or whether it's reliable, contact a librarian and we'll be happy to help you figure it out.